here's another question. And the cool thing about these questions is I'm just going to build on using that same formula over and over and over again. That's this formula. Tn equals T1 plus n minus 1 times d. Again, it's on your formula sheet, but you should really know what this formula is all about. Remember, Tn is any term. T1 is the first term. N is the number of terms, and these two numbers, these two n's, are the same. That's your common difference. So look what happens in example 9 here. I've given you a sequence right here. It, in fact, is a finite sequence, isn't it? Because it ends. It ends. It gives you the last term is this guy right here. Now it asks you, what is the common difference first? Oh, that's so easy. You take a term, 7, subtract the term before it, 2. Common difference in this is 5. That easy. Boom. There's your common difference, D. Now, here's the question. Here, how many terms are in this? What am I looking for in this case? What I'm looking for in this case is I'm looking for the n. I want to know how many terms is term 152. That's what I'm after. How many terms is 152 terms? Okay, all right, let's go. Let's figure this out. Tn equals to T1 plus n minus 1 times d. I am looking specifically for n. That's this n right here. Now, I've got Tn. I've got the last term. I know it's 152. I've got the first term. That's minus 3. Okay. I don't know what the n is. I have no idea how many terms I have, but I know I'm going to have to subtract that by 1. And I've just figured out the common difference, which is 5. Oh, all I got to do here is a little BEDMAS and some algebra, and I got it. Well, let's do some BEDMAS and some algebra then. So this is 152 equals to minus 3 plus, well, let's do some distributive property here. 5n minus 5. Let's combine some like terms. There's minus 3 and minus 5, which is minus 8. So I got 5n minus 8 equals to 152. Perfect. Add 8 to both sides. Add 8 to both sides. Okay? Let's see what we got. This is now 5n equals to 160. Oh, simple. Divide by 5, divide by 5. Look at this. N goes into 5 into 16 goes 3 times, leaving you 10 left, 32. That means there are 32 terms. There you go. Now, if you couldn't do this in your head like I did, go and use a calculator. There's no problem. There's no embarrassment by that. Make sure you get the right answer. Okay, so I got 32 terms. That's how many terms this is. So if I go back to this, I can, after cleaning up, wait. There we go. Just cleaned it up for you. There's T1. There's T2. That's T3. And I just figured out that that is T what? Go down here. Look. That's T32. Oh, neat. So that's T32. Cool. Perfect. Awesome. Well, that's not so bad. Let's try this question now. It says, which term has a value of 117? Huh? Okay, wait. In other words, what's the term number that equals to 117? Oh, I see. So let's use the same formula again. Tn equals to T1 plus n minus 1 times d. If we keep this going now, look, Tn is 117. But wait, I know what you're saying. Wasn't Tn 152? Yeah, for this question it was. Sure. And we found that the n is 32. That's what we're doing. Exactly the same thing. Remember, Tn can be any term. T1 minus 3. N minus 1, we don't know. Oh, forgot the plus. N minus 1, we don't know. D is 5. Okay, let's go to town here and let's see if we can figure a few things out. Now, I'm going to show you a different way to do this. Remember before we distributed? Let's just leave the distribution for last. Look, 117 equals to minus 3 plus n minus 1 times 5. Check this out. Check this out. Here's a different way of doing this. Add 3 to both sides. Look what I got. I have 120 here equals to n minus 1 times 5. Now, check this out. This is so cool. I could actually, at this point, divide by 5. Divide by 5. And if I do divide by 5, look what I'm getting. 5 goes into 12 twice with 20 remaining. 24 equals to n minus 1. I can do it that way. And then solve the rest, solve for n, by adding 1 to both sides. And I know what you're saying. Oh, no, teacher, that's not right. We can't do it that way, can we? Well, yes, as a matter of fact, we can. Let's go back to where we started, which was right here. 117 equals to minus 3. Now, let's clean this up. I need this out of my way. Get out of there. Clean up. Okay, here we go. Minus 3 plus n minus 1 times 5. Traditionally, you were taught, like in grade 9, that you had to distribute this. Okay, check it out. 117 equals to minus 3 plus 5n minus 5. And then you combined like terms, right? Do you remember that? Okay, so if you combine like terms, that worked out to be 117 equals to minus 8 plus 5n. And then now watch, this is awesome. Add 8, that works out to be 125 equals to 5n. And guess what? If you actually divide it by 5, divide by 5, n works out to be 25 anyways. Wow. So 2 different ways of doing algebra, but the cool thing is, now that you know what n equals to 25, you now know that term 117 is actually the 25th term. So again, that Tn does not mean you have to find the last term. That Tn means you can find any term. This case, we found the 25th term, and then the other question, we found the 32nd term. So again, Tn allows us to find anything we want.